completely did this review already once, but my camera, well, not my camera, my audio decided to stop working halfway through, so I have to redo it. Yeah, box is already open. Pretend this is closed. I could retape it and do that, but that's too much work, so just pretend this is closed. Today, we're talking about this. This is, not the box, the kendama in the box. It's the Lotus Bloom kendama. Now, Lotus is a really cool company that has been doing a lot of cool stuff, and has been in the scene for a while now, actually. And they offer two main kendamas. They're Sacred and they're Bloom shapes. And this is their Bloom. Now, the Sacred is kind of a more actually, I have one. Where did I put it? There it is. Now, this is their Sacred. Sacred's pretty cool. It's a kind of a standard dama. It's got maple paint, sticky maple paint. It's got sticky paint. It's got a maple construction, and their shape, and it's $35. The reason why I like the Bloom more and why I'm happy I'm reviewing this one is because it's $20. So this puts it in a whole other category down below in the budget area, basically directly competing with the Sweets Radar and the Kusa Half Split, which are both great damas. So, you know, I really like these budget kendamas because it sort of shows what kendama can do at a lower price point, and especially for new players getting into it, you don't want to drop like $40 on a kendama. If you can pay half that and still get like 90% of the performance, that's great. Also, side note, there's not gonna be any like playing in this video, or probably the next couple, because I have like a back issue. It's called degenerative disc disease. Basically, everyone's spine is made up of discs, and some of mine are fucked up. So that means it hurts to do a lot of things. So, but I started physical therapy and I'm on some like pain meds now. So for the first like 2 weeks, I wasn't even able to sit down. I had to like lay down or stand up. So this review wasn't even possible to film for like the first 2 weeks. But now it's like getting better, so I can actually sit for a while. Now I can do this review. So yeah, that's why this is taking a bit longer than usual. I try to do an upload at least every 2 weeks. I would like to get it down to like once a week. I hesitate saying that because it's probably not going to happen, but that's a goal of mine, so we'll see where that goes. But yeah, anyways, let's get back to the kendama and put this guy to the side. So inside the box, you get the kendama, also this pretty fresh Lotus sticker, which I really like actually, and a lovely note for me. TJ, thanks so much for judging. You were a huge help. For those of you that don't know, Lotus actually put on like an Instagram kendama open thing once this whole quarantine stuff hit. And it was super fun. I judged some competitions. So if you were in it, I might have actually judged your round. But yeah, it was super cool for them to put on this online event. And hopefully we see a lot more happen. Thank you, Isaac. Very sweet. Hopefully you enjoy the review. Okay, but that is all that's in the box. Inside the drawstring bag, you do get an extra string, bead, and stringing tool. You don't get an extra bearing bead, but I think this actually comes with a bearing bead on the kendama, which, if it is, it's like the only $20 kendama I know of that comes with one, which is kind of dope. I don't think, well, I know the Kusa Half Split and the Prime Radar don't come with bearings, so let's see if this guy does. Yeah, bearing bead. Look at that, $20 kendama. Getting a bearing bead, so already mad points for that to you, Lotus. So the main feature this kendama has is the cups. They're the biggest, like period. They're just the biggest cups out there. That's like competition legal, however you want to call it. If you don't know how this works, there's a box with like a kind of cutout shape of a kendama that's used at tournaments, and your kendama has to fit inside the box to be able to play it. So Lotus kind of did something interesting where they just took the maximum size that you can actually fit into the box and put it on the kendama. So these are the biggest cups you can get on a kendama, and actually I think the biggest bevel too. I think this is like the biggest legal, I hate using the term legal, it's kind of a dumb thing, but yeah, this is the biggest bevel you can have in a competition. So if that's something you're interested in, like I just want to have the biggest cups with the biggest bevel, bam, 20 bucks, pretty solid. The string it comes with is like an 8-finger string, awesome, and the design's pretty sweet. So it's actually a half split where the top is this red kind of floral design, and then you have this big patch of white, and then this red ring around the bevel, but it's not like a solid ring, it's actually made up of like tiny dots. It looks really cool, and I think it's going to be nice for tracking too, so design-wise, it looks really nice. So this is a full beech kendama. That means the ken and the tama are made of beech wood. Obviously the tama is covered in sticky clear paint, but the wood itself is beech. And beech is kind of the standard cheaper wood used on more budget kendamas. But I do want to say, okay, because beech is used on cheaper kendamas, I don't want you to think that it's a bad wood. It's not, it's just softer and less durable. I actually prefer beech wood for stalls, and I think most players do actually. It's just a cheaper wood, so that's why it's on cheaper kendamas. Doesn't mean it's not a good wood, but beech tends not to be as durable as maple, so like, for new players that actually have a decent budget, I'd recommend them going for a maple kendama, just because when you're starting off, you're going to be missing spikes, you're going to be dropping your kendama probably. If you can get a maple kendama, it's going to last you longer, but it's more expensive. So if you just want to try it out, get your feet wet, beech is totally fine. As far as wood burns on the ken go, you only have two, and it's the Lotus spelt out logo right here on the base of the ken, and then if you flip it over, you have the Lotus flower burned here on the other side, and no QR code. So that's a plus. The kendama also features a base cup hole, which I'm personally a fan of. I know some people aren't, but it does really help with the lunar balance, and especially with the bigger cups, this thing's a lunar machine. So I'm really happy to see that. I'm glad they included it. Again, it's something you don't really see on the lower end kendamas, so having it available on this, I think is a really big plus. I really enjoy playing with the Lotus shape. I haven't tried this one out personally, but I do have the Sacred V2 that I showed you earlier, and I've played with that one quite a bit. The shape's nice. It's really big. That's my only, like, warning to you. Because they do have the biggest cups in the game, literally, to kind of make it feel balanced and not totally weird, the ken itself has to be larger as well. So this is definitely a bigger size than most players are probably used to. I'm not saying that's bad, and unless you've actually played the shape, I don't think you'll really know if you like a larger ken or not. Most of the shapes you're probably used to playing, like on a scale of 1 to 10 or like a 6 or a 7, this is probably like a 9. I don't think you'll really know your preference until you really do try this shape out, but like, my preference kind of lies towards like a medium large kendama, like kind of like the shift shape. I like that size a lot, and this does feel big. So if you know you're not a fan of larger shapes, this isn't for you. But that being said, if you're a beginner and you're still trying all these new shapes out, this is highly recommended. Like, definitely try and get one of these. It's got the biggest cups, it slaps lunars, like, it's awesome. It's really all around a great kendama, and it comes with a bearing bead, and it's only 20 bucks. I think this is kind of the new king of the budget kendamas. Yeah, it's great. I don't know, it's kind of the end of the review, I guess. Oh, one more thing, these will be in stock. Like, all of the kendamas I review, by the time I get a review out, they're out of stock, and everyone's like, ugh, you know? So these will be in stock. Isaac has told me, Isaac's the owner of Lotus, that he's gonna aim for a mid-July restock on the blooms. So that's like, hope like a week or two after this review comes out. So yeah, these will actually be in stock. Follow Lotus's Instagram, link in the description to check them out. But that about wraps it up, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace. You know, I can't even play with this. I just remembered, it's my whole back thing. God, can you imagine? You just bought a new kendama, it just got shipped to you, you open it up, it looks perfect, and you're like, I can't play with it. Oh, this sucks. Dang.